Beloved, welcome back to the homestead. Today's video is made possible by our good friends at SimpliSafe, where there's no safe like SimpliSafe. Beloved, welcome back to my favorite day of the week. We are doing some irrigating, but we do have a problem. Let me show you what's going on. On the north side, we have this beautiful, lush, irrigated field, but here on the south, we have what's turning into a dry desert wasteland. Just look at the difference of the irrigated. There's even clover there, like green and lush and soft. But out here, it's just stickers and dandelions. It even hurts your feet to walk out here. We need to get water on this right away. Now, most of you know we irrigate with an old, well, the system that the pioneers used, the flood irrigating direct from glacier down on the mountain. We flood it across the field. Obviously, it's not getting to this part of the field and it's drying and dying up. We have a big hot spell coming up in the next couple days and the irrigation water is in, so we need to see if we can fix this today. Let's head over to the #1 head gate and check the water volume. Let's take a look at the one we set up last time that's feeding the tiny forest. I've got it flooding right now, but it's working out really good. And it'll give you an idea of kind of what we're going to try to do today if you're just joining us. One of the benefits of going barefoot is it slows you down. It slows you down and makes everything you do very deliberate, which is kind of a nice way to work for once. Oh yes, look at that. Just as we had hoped, that is rediverting the water down here to the forest. Let's walk down there. I'll show you. You won't believe it. I'm just as tickled pink how well those trees are doing. I just can't believe it. Our dog, Miss Pants, she's been out here having a field day. This water, as it marches across the field, it chases out all the critters. So she's out there chewing and digging and having the good old time. So there's that trench that we dug, which was completely unneeded. There's so much water here that it's just going down the road. But look at our trees. I'll just show you one. Look at them go. That's a grand fir right there, right next to the tree of my people, the beloved Douglas fir. These two are like peas and carrots. They do really well together. They support one another. But man, they are taking off. They're bursting out of all their containers. Look at the bubbles. You can hear them popping all across the field. It sounds like pop rocks when you first start flood irrigating. The other benefit is no rodents, no mice, no critters of any type. The moment they start burrowing in the spring, they get drowned out every 7 days. So what does that mean for us? Well, go get your favorite beverage. We're going to be here while I have the whole day set aside to do this. It's my favorite thing. So we're going to be building up another one of those dams. Now, I had my manservant, Mr. Jiraiya, order me a new set of these sand snakes, and they just came in. So we're going to have to go find some sand and fill these guys up, because this is really the thing for holding those tarps down. I guess we don't need to go down to the riverbank. We have sand here. We'll just use this. The sand is hot. I have a premonition this is going to be a really dry summer and there's going to be a lot of fires. Maybe even in places there have not traditionally been fires. Yeah, this is just what we want. Goodness, that sand is so hot, I had to put my shoes on. These are just little sewn nylon bags that have a drawstring in the top. I should work out some sort of a funnel. This is kind of a slow process, but, well, I used to think slow was bad, but anymore, being able to work slow, I think, is one of the greatest blessings in life. I don't think, I know, I've experienced both. The Sweet Loaf and I, we like to play Minecraft together in the evenings. The more I work out here, the more it feels like it's just so similar. These basic raw materials you go get and use to grow food or make things. Maybe a little bit more. I think the goal, beloved, is to craft your life in a way that you can do as many of the things you did when you were 6 or 7 outside. If you can get back to that, that's about the best we could hope for on this earthly realm.
Would you like some food?
What'd you bring me?
I brought you lemonade, and then here's a hot
Oh, look at that. And chips.
and chips and
New
apple
chips.
slices. And I figured you needed some silver.
Aprons need pockets, don't they?
Yes.
Yours is looking a little worse for the wear there.
I know. I love the fabric, so I'm a little rough on my aprons.
Well, thank you for the hot meal.
You're welcome. I love you.
I love you too. Let's go find someplace nice by the river to have lunch. I tell you, beloved, Mrs. W is more precious than rubies to me. Beloved, it seems to me it's more important now than ever to have a good quality security system to look after your place. We've been working with SimpliSafe for many years now, and we really lean on it to look after our place when we're away from home. SimpliSafe offers a security system that you can install yourself. You can order it online, you can order it on the phone, and usually have it up and running in less than an hour. Once you get it installed, you can have 24/7 protection that will notify emergency services or law enforcement if anything happens untoward when you're away from home.
SimpliSafe on. Home.
Our friends at SimpliSafe have asked me to share a couple of my favorite features with the system. It's got to be the wireless cameras. They came out with this new camera. This is the new smart wireless interior camera. No wires. You can charge it up and you can place this thing anywhere. Now you can access this camera from your phone. It doesn't matter where you're at, even if you're out of country. Let me show you how I use this. The SimpliSafe smart wireless camera can be placed anywhere. And one thing I do like about it is it has a lens cover that goes over when you're not using it, so you know no one's, it's not accidentally recording. Once the cameras are placed and you can set them anywhere, now I can access them through the app anywhere in the world. Not only that, but there's an intercom, so I can press the speaker button and I can actually communicate two-way like an intercom through it. SimpliSafe has a lot of camera options. These are the wireless exterior cameras. You can add multiples, no wires, no drilling holes, and we just installed the doorbell camera. This is going to record anyone that comes to the door and gives us an intercom that we can communicate without having to open the door. And if the cameras weren't cool enough, there's wireless entry pads for those who don't like to carry keys that tie into your deadbolt that open the doors automatically with a code. If you're serious about protecting your place, there's never been a better time. Our friends at SimpliSafe are offering a 20% discount for new systems, as well as your first month for free for everyone that signs up for Fast Protect monitoring. You get 24/7 coverage for a little bit less than $1 a day. If you'd like to build your own system and get started, go to simplisafe.com/Wranglerstar, where there's no safe like SimpliSafe. Ooh, those are heavy. All right, let's head out. Let's take a look at our water situation here. Oh goodness. We got a lot of water to pour out into that dry ground. So I redirected at the top head gate down here to the gate that Jack built. And let me show you what's going on down here. I put two 12-inch culverts. A 12-inch culvert, that handles a lot of water. It's all the way to the top of the trench and overflowing. I have never seen this before. But look at this. Those are 12 inchers, both of them max capacity. You can't take any more. So much that it's going over, and there's enough to irrigate the trees at the same time while I'm doing this here. So we're just about done with this here. We'll cut this loose, and we're gonna have to build something strong enough to hold all that water and get that over on that dry ground right about there. All right, beloved, this is where I think we should start. I've never set a dam here before. There's a small culvert in here from the previous owner that the water is going to quickly overwhelm. But this is really the spot of where it gets dry. So let's set up right here and pour that whole amount in here and see what happens. I had to run over to the hardware store this morning. We didn't have any more 2x4s. I need 10 footers for these dams. So I bought some more. What I do, I have, you know, when you have things you don't want to cut up, it's my own fault. As I send Uriah, hey, go grab me a 2x4, and he'll grab one that I had for dams. So I'm gonna mark them. So what I do is about a foot in or so, I just paint the whole thing black. And of course, we'll be using Proho brand, nothing but the finest. How long do you shake a can? About 10-15 seconds is enough. That teepee start kind of reminds me of my people. All right, gentlemen. Looks like we got, we're catching pretty much all of it. It's completely stagnant on the backside. I think this is my best set yet. No leaks. Look at that, completely flat water. I guess I got it. So that's gonna overwhelm that 12-inch culvert there pretty quick, but it can go over the top. But look what's pouring out there. That is all now heading to that dry area. I'm hoping. It looks like the fall goes right down there. So this is exactly why I'm always banging on about these volet straps. These are a must-have. I'll put a link to these. Get an assortment of them. It'll change your life. All right, let's go drive around and look busy for a while. I know what we can do in the meantime. The roofers are getting started on the cabin roof. Let's head over there and see how they're coming along. Last night I was riding the old Honda out here to change the head gate, and I got back on it, and it wouldn't, when I put it in gear, the engine would die. You know, like when you don't have the clutch on. And I'd pull in the clutch, and it died, and it wouldn't go. So I had to walk home and leave it there all night. So that's a rare for a Honda to break down, so I don't know what's going on there. That is looking good. Shout out to my neighbor, Dan. He's a general contractor. He's doing the roof for us. So his guys are over on the other side just finishing up. So we have a special layer, that super stick-on stuff there to deal with any ice dams, which I don't think we'll ever have. And then that underlayment. It's kind of interesting. The trades have changed so much since I was in them. But they have a nail gun that shoots in with every nail these little wafer washers. That's pretty cool. And you shingle right over top of those. So that is that's a lot of work. They put those cleats on there. They nail those on there, I would imagine, to receive the shingle bundles, so that they can stock that and then start working. Yeah, they got their cleats up there, so they're all ready to go. Oh dear, my Ukrainian virtue signal flag has gotten tangled up. You know, it is the heat of the day, and the good book says that nature, behold nature, because it is the fingerprint of God. All I know is my old dog is sleeping in the shade right now, and I think I might just act accordingly here. You see, Kings, I'm going to offer you a pro tip here. There's something about our women that just can't stomach seeing us not actively engaged in some sort of industrious activity, i.e. home chores. So get yourself an army cot and a sleeping bag, put it in your shop, and come take a nap whenever you want. Spiders and bumblebees. You don't have to worry about my wife using this one. All right. We'll see you guys in a couple hours here.